NASA's JF Kennedy Space Center is where the world's most advanced technology launched man to the moon and today continues space exploration. However, there is another kind of space here, one that is set aside for over 500 different species of wildlife and 1,000 species of plants. The 140,000-acre Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, a place like no other. The Visitor Centre provides an excellent opportunity to become acquainted with what's on offer, with a broad walk across a freshwater pond and into a hammock habitat. Fire is necessary for the continued survival of many plants and animal species. It creates an open area with abundant sunlight, increased nutrients in the soil and reduced litter on the forest floor. Historically, wildfires were a natural part of the ecosystem, occurring approximately every 3 to 10 years. Prescribed burns have not replaced wildfires but mimic them to create habitat diversity for the benefit of wildlife. Fire improves habitat and availability of food. Without fire in the ecosystem, accumulated ground litter or fuel would create volatile conditions favourable to wildfires, much more destructive and unpredictable than prescribed fire. This is particularly important around areas such as Kennedy Space Center, where protection of buildings, facilities and personnel is paramount. Black Point Wildlife Drive is a 7-mile, one-way car tour through salt and freshwater marshes, where water levels are managed to create a collection of different habitat types in small areas. This is important because different groups of animals use each habitat. Along the drive you spot many great egrets stalking their prey in shallow water. Great blue herons stand still for long periods in quiet waters of rivers and lakes, hunting for fish and frogs. In swamps, marshes and wet fields, you see a flash of red as the red-winged blackbird darts about feeding. Turkey vultures and black vultures feed on carrion and are often seen along the roadside. Otters can sometimes be spotted in the lake. They are streamline creatures growing up to 4 foot long. They are accomplished swimmers and highly effective hunters, feeding on fish, snakes, frogs and the occasional baby alligator. The oldest living thing on the refuge are the bald cypress trees, which are estimated to be over 400 years old. They lose all their pine needles and small branches in winter. The branches are draped with Spanish moss, which only depends on the trees for support, obtaining its nutrients from the air. Cypress knees grow all around the base of the tree. They never develop into trees and only grow as tall as the highest water period in the swamp. Nest boxes have been erected to try and attract purple martins. The cylinder guards are to protect future nests from snake predation. Large golden orb weaver spiders can be seen building their webs between the branches of the trees. Gopher tortoises live in burrows which they often share with mice, snakes or frogs. They escape to it at the first sign of fire. However, once the fire is past, they take advantage of the new shoots that quickly start to grow. Around half of the East Coast population of manatees are found in the refuge. Haulover Canal is a great place to see them. They are grey to grey-brown aquatic mammals with a seal-shaped body and a flat tail. They can grow up to 12 feet long and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. They eat large quantities of seagrass and other aquatic plants every day. They have no natural enemies and may live for over 60 years. The vast majority of boat owners are reducing speed and taking care in areas where manatees are found. However, many are still being killed or injured by boat propellers, as can be seen by the scars on this one's back. Some are so badly injured that they have to be cared for in a special refuge, being unable to survive in the wild again. Canoeing the backwaters of the refuge is a great way to get around. In the same place where you can see the world's most advanced technologies launch people into space, you can come across some of the Earth's oldest living reptiles, alligators. They have been around for 140 million years, while mankind has existed for about 1.5 million years. Males prefer deep water, while the females nest in marshes. Mortality rates for young alligators is high until they reach about 4 feet long. They feed on insects, snakes, frogs and small fish. Adult alligators feed on fish, frogs, turtles, water birds and small mammals. Turtles like to bask in the sun on logs protruding from the water. When young, they eat snails and insects, and as they mature, they switch to eating water plants. Through conservation and careful management, the refuge has remained a good place for wildlife to live, whether through controlled burning, managing water levels, or merely planting native species. they have ensured that quality habitats are available for wildlife to use. The unique relationship the refuge shares with NASA bears testimony that nature and technology can peacefully coexist and thrive, a merit to the island's name.